Hello guys and welcome to another episode of my modding series, episode 3 by now. And this episode is going to be on events. So I've prepared 2 events, and these are basically the 2 types of events you can make. So the left one uses a trigger. What that means is if certain conditions are met, it's gonna fire this event. So that means if our tag is cat, so if we're playing Catalonia, and the date is later than the 15th of January, and state number 290, that's Spanish Africa, is controlled by the Spanish Republic. So if that is met, we're gonna get this event. So what this line is for is so that we're not gonna be spammed with the event, because if we remove this or if we say no, it's gonna fire this event every day as long as the conditions are met. There are some situations in which you don't want to do this, but it's gonna give an error and you usually want to redo your event if you have to use this. So I'm going to turn it to yes again. An event is built with an ID, which is for just like numbering them basically. And then you have a title for localization, a description, and a picture for which I just took a random Spanish Civil War one. So yeah, that's basically the core. Then you have your options. For each options, you have different localizations. So this is Catalonia.1.a, and this is Catalonia.1.b. So this one requires localization, and this one does too. So then I've made some triggers in these options, which means you're not always gonna get this option. What this trigger says is if Spain doesn't have a war, we're gonna show this option. You can actually see the option and click it. And then the chance for the AI to do it is factor 10. So basically, how higher your factor is, the more likely the AI will be to choose it. And if you set it to 0, it won't choose it at all, unless it's its only option, of course. So then the actual thing our focus is gonna do, let me make that a bit clearer by spacing this differently. So this is our name, this is how you can see the option, and this is the chance for the AI to do it. So what the option is actually gonna do is it's gonna transfer the state to us. That's this option, and then for the second option, it's the opposite. So if they do have a var, show this, and it's gonna say cat, so Catalonia, is gonna get equipment. This is a command, and it's gonna give you equipment, basically gonna spawn it in, and you have to specify type. So I've set infantry equipment 0, amount 15,000, of course, quite a good amount of guns, and then you have to specify your producer. We're just gonna say we stole them from Spain or something. So that's the one way of coding an event. The other way is by is triggered only. What this means is like literally what it says. It can only be triggered by, for example, a focus. Austria gets event Germans press for Anschluss. So you can do it in decisions, in focus, in other events even. Basically whatever you can think of. Yeah, so this means we don't need to make a trigger because it's never going to trigger on its own. Oh, I forgot a thing here. This line, mean time to happen, is basically the game checks on standard. It checks every 30 days if it should fire an event, and um, so every 30 days it's gonna check. And we said, hey, we're gonna fire this event. A mean time to happen is 1. So this event is basically gonna happen whenever the check happens. So let's say it happens on the first day of the game, so it's gonna check on the 30th day, so we have to wait 29 days for the event to happen. You can change the rate it's checking at in the defines, but it's gonna be more CPU intensive, so that's an optimization thing you can choose to change. So the rest of this event, to come back to it, it's really simple. Basically only is triggered only, and the rest is the same. So option, another option. And well, we can start to actually put these in the game. So what this means, by the way, add namespace, just means it's gonna use this. You always need to specify this. So we're gonna go to mod, not NSEG, Catalonia. We're gonna make a new folder, and we're gonna call it events, and we're gonna call it Catalonia. Well, not a folder. We're gonna make a text file, Catalonia.txt. Then we're gonna open this. Also, in events case, let's open this here. The naming doesn't matter either, I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna copy this, gonna paste it in, and then we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna paste it in as well. And we're gonna save it. Now we can close these two. So now we have our events actually in the game. Yeah, so I made a mistake in the events. It says type infantry equipment. That obviously needs to be type equals infantry equipment 0. So if you change that, the event will work. So we're gonna save that. So this one is triggered only, but we're not triggering it anywhere. So let's make a short little focus for that here. So I'm just gonna copy this focus because I'm lazy, and this way I can't forget anything. And in coding or modding, laziness is usually the correct way to do things, because it's gonna mean you do less work to do the same thing. So we're gonna make a focus, and we're gonna call it cat get equipment. Just gonna keep the icon the same because that isn't the focus of this episode. Then we want to put it under, sure, Balearic Islands. So we're gonna say annex Balearic Islands. I do the autofill, by the way, by pressing tab, if you don't know that yet. We don't care about available and bypass. We don't care about capitulation, so we're just gonna say completion reward. This is how you trigger an event. You say country event days, let's say 1 day, and then we say ID equals Catalonia dot 2, I believe. Yeah, 2. So we're gonna save that. Alright, I just needed to reload the game. Now the focus says gets event Catalonia.2.t. So we're gonna focus.autocomplete, and we're gonna click those, and then we wait 1 day. And hey, we got our event. So now we become owner and controller. Let's declare war on Spain to check the other option. And we're just gonna trigger it. And hey, we're gonna get our equipment. So that's basically the gist of modding events, that is. These are country events. There's another category, news events, and well, if I open one of those base game files, news events. Okay, those say news events. Our events say country events. These are news events. Country events actually do something. News events are only cosmetical, basically. So it's the same build up, except that you have the major. So if it's important, you want to set major to yes, so everyone gets it. And then you can create different reactions depending on which tag you have. We can do that here too, by the way. We could say if we gave this this event to multiple people, we might want to say, hey, only this option. So if we expand this trigger, we say tag equals cat. So now only Catalonia will get this option. So then, yeah, you have basically the same stuff here, except everyone in the world gets the event. And that's news events. And then we've done normal events, so that's basically all events covered. If you want to edit vanilla events, by the way, you have to make sure you actually copy the file with the same name. So you might want to say remove all the, I don't know, finish events. So we're gonna copy that. We're gonna say paste, and we're just gonna do this. And now it can't be read by the game, so we can just ignore it. So now Finland doesn't have any events for Finland. Yeah, so again, we don't have localization added for this yet, so I might do that after this video. But that's basically events handled. So next episode is probably gonna be on states and provinces. So we're gonna make new states and we're gonna make new provinces. So that one might be a bit longer, as making new provinces is quite a big hassle. So yeah, this one might have been a bit short, but next one will be good. So see you guys in the next episode, and I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like if you did. See ya!